Hello friends, welcome back to my channel ESHIKSHABYBRAJESH. Starting today, we are launching a brand new segment on this channel, the 3-day current affairs digest, made specifically for UPSC Prelims and Mains aspirants. Every 3 days, I'll break down everything that matters, national, international, economy, science and tech, mapped directly to your GS papers, so you never have to dig through 10 different websites. Let's start with our first digest right now. Our first story is from Polity. A joint parliamentary committee reviewing the 130th constitutional amendment bill has proposed a big change. Right now, if a PM, CM, or minister spends 30 days in judicial custody, the bill says they are automatically removed from office. The JPC wants to soften that, replace automatic removal with a temporary suspension instead until the case reaches a proper stage. It is a good one for GS to answer on accountability versus natural justice. Next, the Election Commission has revised Form 6 for new voter registration. Applicants must now declare their parents' SIR status. That summary revision of electoral rules. That's so far 5.58 crore names have been deleted across 10 states and 3 union territories. Remember that number 5.58 crore, it's a strong prelims style fact. Now, two quick governance notes. TRAI 1600 series government helpline calls cannot be blocked as spam by third-party caller ID apps. And Vande Mataram is sung before the national anthem wherever both are performed together. Why it matters? Because small facts, high prelims value, exactly the one-liners MCQ test. Moving to international relations, and this is the biggest story of this cycle. The US has launched first strikes on Iran, trying to stop attacks on shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. The earlier ceasefire has collapsed and sirens have sounded in Bahrain. Remember this stat, roughly one-fifth of the world's oil trade passes through this strait. Great example for energy security or global checkpoints. Next slides, India and Canada, CEPA. India and Canada have wrapped up third round of talks for the trade pact CEPA in Ottawa. 5 days of negotiations covering good services, IPR, rules of origin. Both sides are aiming to conclude by the end of the year. Again, India and New Zealand and Afghanistan. India and New Zealand and have upgraded ties to a full strategic partnership with a roadmap to 2030. And separately, the Taliban administration's agriculture minister completed a 6-day visit to India, talking agricultural trade and irrigation. India's neighborhood first policy still moving even in tricky terrain. Another morning, India declared one-day national mourning for Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the former Emir of Qatar, who passed away at 74. He played a big role in modernizing Qatar's global standing. Moving into next, PM Surya Ghar. Now to economy, the World Bank has approved in $890 million to accelerate PM Surya Ghar, India's rooftop solar scheme, and will help mobilize another $4.2 billion in private financing on top of that. The scheme is expected to create 1.7 million jobs. Great data point for renewable energy or green job answers. Moving on to next slide, the MSME trades. All central public sector enterprises must now settle MSME invoices through TReDS platforms. That's mandatory now. It gives effect to a budget 2026-27 announcement and gets MSMEs faster collateral free working capital. Prelims question may be asked from this. Moving on to next news, the RBI has launched three surveys ahead of its August policy meeting. Remember the acronym IESH RCCS UCCS. And SBI sold a small stake in SBI funds, management for 1655 crore rupees, ahead of an IPO targeting 11,700 crore that will make it India's largest asset manager. Moving on to Dixon-Vivo joint venture. The government has approved a joint venture between Dixon Technologies and Vivo Mobile India for smartphone manufacturing. Dixon holds 51%, Vivo 49%. It needed special clearance since it involves investment from bordering countries. Science story Gaganyaan. ISRO completed three major tests on the Gaganyaan crew module, including the critical splashdown self-righting test, a solid step closer to India's human spaceflight mission. Moving on to next slide, INS Mahendragiri. The Navy commissioned INS Mahendragiri at Vishakhapatnam, the 6th Project 17A stealth frigate. 6 frigate commissioned in just 18 months, all built by Mazgaon Dock, strong example of Atmanirbhar Bharat and defense. Then ICMR High-Altitude Centre. ICMR led the foundation for India's first high-altitude medicine center at Keelong in Himachal Pradesh, Lahore Spiti district, working with Armed Forces Medical Services and DRDO on tribal health high-altitude physiology. TB drones China rocket in Telangana drone-based sample delivery has slashed TB diagnosis cost from over 9,400 rupees down to just 91 rupees per test. Brilliant frugal innovation example, and China achieved its first controlled sea recovery of a reusable rocket booster, the Long March 10B. Now, environment and miscellaneous. Quick environment roundup. Uttar Pradesh planted over 35 crore saplings in a single day, a new record. Under the new solid waste management rules, the reuse derived fuel share is set to rise from 5 to 15% over 6 years. And on tragic side, 15 Indian tourists lost their life in Vietnam boat accident and nearly 2 million people were evacuated in China ahead of Typhoon Bavi. Typhoon Bavi. Now, let's rapid fire the first 5 facts. Try to recall before I say it one. 6 Project 17A frigate, INS Mahendragiri. World Bank funding for rooftop solar, $890 million. JPC reviewing which bill? 130th Constitutional Amendment. India-Canada Trade Pact, CEPA. ICMR's High Altitude Center location, Keelong, Himachal Pradesh. Good. RBI's Household Survey acronym IESH. Strait facing US-Iran tension, easy one, Strait of Hormuz. 6th frigate built by, obviously, Mazgaon Dock. India's rooftop solar scheme, PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. New smartphone JV, Dixon and Vivo. That's your complete 3-day digest, 12th to 14 July, mapped across GS paper 1, 2 and 3. If this helped, hit like and subscribe for the next one. Drop a comment on which story you think shows up in mains this year. Keep revising, keep showing up. Thank you.